Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
Hey. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the sit down. This is talking about the episode 6 childhood. I have a co-host with me, y'all. Just give me 1 second. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Wagwan.
How
Wagwan.
goes it? How goes it?
Yes, it's good. Did you ever get a chance to look at the podcast?
I watched like maybe the first 3 seconds of it, and then I got pissed off because I was not there. So, like, did this really
Yes, it was
happen?
definitely fun though. It was
But I
definitely
imagine it
fun.
was
It was
really
definitely
good. I
fun.
know everybody has a good childhood story that gets us in it.
There's a lot of different stuff. Ooh, it was a lot of good stuff on that one. They would talk about. And I never realized how many people had a young child sex experience. Like, did you start off young when you?
Is 15 young?
I mean, 15 is like the average young. I mean, I know mine. I tell like a lot of people now. I explain to them like mine was forced upon me. You know what I'm saying? I was raped and molested, so
Right.
I definitely didn't know what I
Like
was
I was
doing at
talking
that
about
time.
tension. I was gonna say I didn't really start doing like anything like actual penetration or like touchy,
Hmm.
like anything with my
Right.
clothes off until 15. But I was definitely hunching at 6. And we knew from then that we would be a bottom. But
Oh wow. Okay. All right. So how? I mean, how did you? So you was like the one getting hunched on?
always, always I got passed around. They love to invite me to the birthday parties. I love going to my cousin's birthday parties. It was great. Okay.
Oh
Great.
my goodness, something is wrong. I was at the end of the podcast. I was explaining, like these men out here. Everybody had their little encounters with the little pee pee. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The
Because those men
penis
are
store
definitely straight
penises.
now.
Yeah. Like all the what's name touching on the booties, you know what I'm saying? Putting fingers and stuff that they didn't need to put the stuff in, you know what I'm saying? Probably even got the little pecker stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that I feel like a lot of these people
I
like
did
don't
double up.
mention.
Didn't I wasn't the giver.
Yeah.
Back then with that first experience. I think I had to have been like 8. Yeah, I was in the woods and this guy loved me so much because I'm beautiful. He wanted to service me in the woods. Um,
Oh my.
and I did it so that he would tell his brother that I liked him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's different. So he did it so he could tell his brother that you liked it, his brother.
hmm But he wasn't going to tell
Oh
his brother a thing, though. He didn't
yeah,
tell his brother anything.
I'm pretty sure he did it because I mean if he wanted to do that, then I want to see him jeopardizing his chance.
It was
I
jeopardized.
know. I
In the
mean,
South.
you remember throw 'em up, bust 'em up, or how to go get it? Did y'all ever play that?
No.
Oh my gosh, that was I guess that was kids who were that little bad like me. We used to play how to
I
go
was
get
too
it,
scared.
especially when my mom them had parties and all the all the parents would bring their kids over. Like y'all don't know. That's why when we be having parties and all the kids be upstairs, I always go and pop in and just check like,
Got to.
what are y'all doing? What are you
Y'all little
doing? I have
nasties.
nieces. I have
Okay.
nieces. Y'all,
I did
I
not
will
play
kill
that game.
y'all. I will
I
fuck up a
wanted
child.
definitely wanted to play that game, but my mom was way too attentive. Like I had a walkie-talkie so that if I got too far, she could remind me, or if I stayed out past the streetlights, she could be like, "Hey, come on now,
Ooh,
you're a little
come
late."
on. You're a little late. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me go whip that ass now.
And that's me censoring. Exactly. Yeah, that's what she really
Okay.
said.
Yeah. Okay. Which I also was on the podcast about child abuse from back in the days towards now. And
Yeah,
that was a lot of great conversations. I mean, because I thought I was the only one who knew that your parent would just pick up any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? But look how not alone I am. You know? Everybody has
You
been
are
beat with a
alone
shoe
in that
before.
one with me.
Oh
No,
my
let me stop.
god.
My
Everybody's
mama
been beat
only
with a
used
shoe.
belts. So,
Oh,
what?
okay, see, you
Oh, I
yeah.
pray for y'all. I do. I really pray for y'all.
I would be with a
Truly.
shoe, a
Not a
hanger, a switch. Oh, my grandmother used to
no
God rest her
wire
soul, y'all.
hangers.
I think that's where they got it from. I think that's what made parents start saying, "Let me whoop this child ass with this hanger."
That is
After
a
that Mama
good
Dearest,
idea. You know what?
you know
She
what I'm
learned
saying?
so much from that. She stayed in that woman's house for years after
Years,
that. I'm gonna
okay, after
try
that
it.
ass whooping.
She just kept coming back for
Oh,
more.
kept coming
Because she
back,
was doing the
kept
best
coming
that
back.
she can. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my goodness, that is so funny. I can't like
I'm so thankful.
y'all.
But that's
Please
all
don't
it
beat your
took for my
children
mom,
with
though.
hangers anymore. We're not gonna do that. But I mean, you all do need to beat y'all children ass though, because some
What
of these
I
little
will
badass kids.
exactly. Um, I will say that once Scan got like displaced, like, and then like beating your children and whooping your children became like a fine line between abuse, and it was hard to
Yeah,
tell. Like, I feel like the breed of children is different now. Um,
I was just talking to
they,
somebody who's a teacher, and yeah, the stories that they gave me about the children and the things that the children be doing, it's like, whoa.
yeah,
Do I need to come up there and whoop their asses? Because I don't
right.
mind. You know what? I would do a whole service of whoop your child ass. You know what I'm saying? I would come
I'm
whoop
not
that
totally
motherfucker
for
for
it
you.
though. I do need to say that.
I'm not totally for it, but I mean, if your child being bad and you think you just can't handle it, call 77 whoop that ass, okay? And I promise you, they're gonna come and they're gonna not abuse, they're gonna beat your child to the point where your child realize what's going on, but she ain't gonna have no marks and that bitch gonna still be able to go to school tomorrow. Cause I know when you used to have a big
Right.
mark, you cannot go to school.
Yes, I could. Why, why,
Oh,
why
see.
couldn't I go to school with whelps on my ass and my hips and things?
On
Because
your ass and hips. See now, I remember my mom. She had went a little too crazy on the belt, and she had a big ass bruise. You know how that bruises leave on that belt? It be
yep,
swollen,
yeah,
and
them whelps.
she,
Yep.
and she thought that that shit was gonna be gone, and it wasn't. The next day she said, you sick. You need to lay down."
See that is a little scary to me. Okay, just a little bit. You don't want the people to know that you were disciplining me.
You know what? That means I was abused, huh?
You know, it's just like, hmm. How are you gonna explain this
Oh,
to mom?
she called me outside while I was grounded, and yeah, and you know the worst ass whoopings when they tell you to pull your fucking pants down.
Is there any
Oh
other
my!
way?
I used to get whooped with clothes on, and but if I did something really bad, oh, we had. I remember one time my mama caught my ass in the shower. Now that's
Yeah,
the worst.
yeah, it is. Yeah, because it's wet. Yeah.
Y'all, if you ain't had no ass whooping in the shower, you better be you better hope your parents don't hear this, okay?
Listen, because they might
Like
come
I ain't
back
never whooped your
once
ass in the
they get
shower.
wind of
I
this.
might
They're
need to
just like,
just do
we
it one
could do
time.
that.
We can do this. Okay, yes, you know what I'm saying? Just wait till they fully in there and you think they singing and all that stuff and they getting ready and you just pull back. You know how the door you can always open the bathroom door. You gotta look thing pop that bitch open slowly, sneak in there like my mama did. And I'm in there just singing and hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got two F's like, what the fuck? Bow, bow. Oh man, you talking about you can't
Great.
run, you cannot run from a shower ass whooping. Like you're going to be
Now,
fumbling
where you gonna
everywhere, and you're gonna
go?
hurt yourself. You're gonna hurt yourself more. What you
You
do?
better
Fall
hope to
all
God you
over,
don't drop the soap.
fall all the fuck away around the goddamn tub. Lord
My
have
mother
mercy.
beat me out of the bathtub. Out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which was how
I
I
didn't even
got
finish
whelps.
taking a shower. Yeah, I didn't finish taking a shower. I just it's fuck a shower
You
after
don't
getting
want to
ass
get
whooping.
back
Who the
in.
fuck? Who getting back in there? My mom's like, yeah,
That
you better
shower
finish cleaning.
creates trauma now. Now I never want to wash.
Okay, now I don't want to. That's probably why a lot of kids didn't like taking baths when they got their ass when they knew they doing bad. Like, nah, I ain't getting into a day. Fuck that. No.
Bring Scan back. Bring Scan back. Because it gave us something as children to be like, well, I'm gonna call Scan, you know.
Yeah. Well,
I
I
mean,
wish I
unless you
would
had a
have said the
parent that
same.
was just like, well, they're gonna bring you right back, and you believe them.
Like, well, they're gonna take you to a house where motherfuckers don't even want you. Is that what you want? You want that?
No,
I don't know. I don't think I want that, but I mean, I don't want this either. So can I have a
Right?
third
So the
option?
lesser of two evils is stick with the evil I know. So I'm gonna stay here and
Can I
be,
get a third option, please? God
take
damn
it
it.
back to the
Shit.
30s before the Civil War and whips and chains. Which is why I
Man,
will
oh
not
my
be using
goodness.
this type of stuff on my children. I will not.
Another thing we had talked about is how the communities treat the children. Since they allow that stuff. So we did have that conversation on there. There definitely was a conversation. On a lot of people said they embrace it. I feel like for any child that because I didn't speak about this on the show. Any child that wants to be bisexual, I commend you. You know what I'm saying? Because, we don't have that many people who stand up for that. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you are embracing it. And bisexual, let me break it down to y'all for y'all people who want to separate everything. Pansexuals are bisexual. But anything that likes both sexes is in the bisexual category. Regardless if it has another name or not, it's in the bisexual category. So any of these people who don't mind talking to this person and that person. And I have a new one, y'all. It's called a magasexual.
A what?
A magasexual.
Make America great again, sexual?
No, a magasexual. Mega great. America
I'm
great again.
sorry.
Ah! It's
Little,
a person
little
who just
Trump
has sex
sexuals
with
out there?
anything, just anything. It's just I'm mad that that definitely is make America great again. MAGA sexual.
They down
A
for
MAGA
anything.
sexual. A
That's
MAGA
great.
sexual. Oh my god. I think it's a person who would just have sex with anything.
It sounds like a Trump follower. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
we
I
can't do
shouldn't
this.
say
We
that.
cannot
I'm
do
not
this.
gonna say that. I'm not.
We
I
apologize,
maybe
Trump
look into
followers. We love y'all too. It just sometimes y'all just gotta think for yourself. But we're gonna leave that alone.
listen.
You know what?
Sometimes I feel like our
I don't
goes
even
too
want to
far
talk
with the
about that.
label.
I don't want to go too far into that, but come on now. If black people was to step, first of all, we gotta ask what's going over bridges. Let our asses went to the Capitol. We would have been shot before we hit the grass.
No, seriously. One of them was from here. Sorry. And he's fine. He's back at home.
Oh my gosh. Like, you know what? And my whole thing is, they was like, oh, we're locking people up. How many people did y'all lock up? Because I could have sworn it was like a whole bunch of them motherfuckers. And when we had that riot down here in Atlanta, y'all was just going around. They were just going around locking motherfuckers up left and right. They don't even know if you had parts to do with it. They were just
Right.
pulling up and just taking people off the street.
It just takes you back to the Freedom March days. It does. I can't
Yeah,
help it. Like,
I
COVID
know.
was a very terrible time for a lot of us for a lot of different reasons. And for me, it was like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen Living Single, or not Living Single, but A Different World, where Dwayne and Whitley just get married and they go to LA for
Mm.
their honeymoon. And it's like during the riots at that time. And I think I can't remember who got shot, but somebody got shot and died, and they heard about it. But that's what it was giving for me.
Oh,
That was definitely during the time I wanted to jump into politics because I was upset and I felt like I had a lot of things to say.
and speaking of politics, we're trying to get Faye Rose to go for mayor, y'all. So y'all definitely
Girl.
help convince herself that she needs to go ahead and do this thing. You okay?
No. Yeah. Please don't listen.
You know
Mm-mm.
what? I wouldn't mind being a mayor because you know what I'm saying. I always said I was gonna be a president. When I get
You could
66,
do
that was
it.
always a dream, and I think I could though because I'm very abrasive. I love the children, not in that way, but in a way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't beat children because they're not mine. I don't have any to beat. I feel like if you don't have kids, don't beat nobody's children. Point blank period. You ain't got none.
Give
So
them drugs. Sorry.
you know
in,
what?
in Brooklyn.
I definitely remember. I know if my brother, sister, and oh my my god babies and my cousins and stuff. When their babies used to be bad, I used to say, "Hey, you want some strong medicine?" And they'd be like, "Yeah." And I give them just a little bit of the NyQuil, and I'm like, "Here, this is gonna make you really strong." And I'll give it to them, and they will be knocked out for damn near a good little minute. And I'm like, "Yes, I'm glad to wake up. They got food ready for them. I even got them some candy so they can get their energy back, so they don't be too, dry when their parents get there."
Okay,
And I
Uncle
had,
Mel. All right, Uncle Melatonin. I'm sick of you.
you know what? My niece used to love those fucking things, right?
I'm so happy
And
about where you're sitting. I'm sorry, it is totally off topic. There is a spider web, like a huge web, right here on the air conditioner connected to the window, and a bug, a beetle type thing has fallen into the web, and I am literally watching life happen
oh
or
my
end.
gosh. Oh wow.
This.
You know what? I used to watch that shit. I used to love the Animal Planet. I used to love watching shit like that. Like all the information that they have about these things. Like, how the fuck do y'all know? And then who the fuck is doing these cameras? Like, is there literally somebody there all fucking day? Or y'all just have a camera sitting there? I always want to know. Because I would love to get paid to do that.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm pretty sure I get paid a lot.
I'm sure there is a person that is brave enough to do that. I can see that. I mean, there are people that chase tornadoes, so, which I want to do, um,
Oh,
but
you
I
want to chase
can't.
tornadoes?
I love Twister is one of my favorite movies. My ex has
Hey,
anxiety about tornadoes, and it hurts my soul because he hates them, and I can't like go like, "Oh my god, I just want to follow it," because he's gonna like hyperventilate.
yeah, he was gonna probably lose the line. I mean, honestly, tornadoes used to be so scary when I was growing up as a kid watching Twister. Twister made that shit just so horrible. Even though yes, they are horrible in times. They can definitely cause damage. And anybody who's ever been in an accident with a tornado, you know what I'm saying? I hold my condolences, you know what I'm saying? I know that's a hard time to really get up. But I seen one. I seen one. It was a little one, but it was so pretty. Like the way it came down, how it just swirled down like that, and then you could just see it. And then once I realized that it was really about to be a tornado, like,
Mhm.
it
Right,
was too late. I was like, well, if it's coming towards me, then I'm just gone. But it didn't. It went
it
like
was a good life.
into the field and went into the field and it grabbed up some of the corn that was there. And now you could just see it. It looks so beautiful. Like people was like, this is really nothing to be scared of. This is nature. This is life. You know what I'm saying? This has happened. And that shit
Right.
actually looks beautiful to be in front of it, to see it actually form down and actually be made. So yeah, that was something that I was not ready for at all. I wasn't ready. But it was okay. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I know I've never been in a hurricane, thank goodness, because those look scary. And
I
I
can't
don't
swim.
think I can swim, but who wants to swim in all that ass water? Because that's a lot of shit that's carrying in that water. Probably a
On
lot
top
of
of the
diseases.
gators.
Yeah, and then people don't bathe like that. Then you already got animals, and in there you got people that don't bathe. People don't clean their houses, and that water just flowing through all
Shark.
all that. And that's what my mind going to is like, I don't want to be worried about the shark. I'm be worried about like, oh, who house did this just come through?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna be sick once I get out of this water. But I mean, if a shark comes by, none of that matters because
Yeah,
shark.
I mean, but
I'm
what
sorry.
shark is going to? I don't think that's ever happened. Is there a shark that ever
You ever
been
seen
like?
Sharknado? No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. But I've also seen Meg, and I feel like Meg could happen because we like to tamper with
Yeah.
things.
Have you seen Meg 2? Meg 2, The
Yes.
Trenches? Oh my god, I watched some of it and that shit goes in. I remember when I first watched Meg, I was like, I always wanted to be like what they call them? They'll go in the water. Or aquamarine. I guess I'm just gonna say it
Okay.
from that.
Okay. Marine biologist.
Yeah, marine biologist that goes deep into the water where people have never, because people don't realize that a lot of the
Right.
water has not been discovered yet. So we don't even know
Right.
what's down there or how deep the ocean is.
Because Meg
Nobody
could be
knows.
really
They
real.
can give you. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it does because I mean, first of all, if it's a pressure point and the water goes deeper than anything on the earth, then
Right? What if
it
it's
has
all not
to.
sand? What if it's
Yeah.
all just a pressure point and you could just go through the cloud?
Oh my
That's
god, you know what I'm saying? And it's just not even water no more, like down there. Like that would be crazy. Like
where the
that.
mermaids
I
are.
mean, but I don't think the world is ready for any type of mind blowing shit like that. I think that's why the government keeps that shit away from us because I don't think everybody's ready for that. But honestly, government, tell me that shit. I want to know because I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. I'm good at keeping secrets. I've been keeping
Gonna
secrets
ruin
since
a
a
lot of
kid.
things. Like, they're gonna take a lot of movies away from us because of it. You know how they ban books and stuff like that? Like, the
Hmm.
thing with the aliens now, I watch not another alien movie come out because now we know.
Yeah. Somebody was saying something, but I'm not going to speak up on it. I'll talk to you about that another time. But they said something about it actually was broadcasted or something like that. That it was
It's a
somebody
movie.
actually literally had so it literally said it and it was like, yeah, but they took it down or something like that. But we're not going to go into conspiracy today. We're talking about childhood. So, as
Sorry.
a child, did you have to did you have ever had to keep a secret that you still kept to this day?
Nope.
Mm, damn, I have a lot of childhood secrets
I
that
have a
I've never
story.
said.
That is what I'm getting. Well, no, okay, okay. I mean, I kept it for myself. Um, I I have one of my mom's friends. We grew up like cousins. Her daughter. We grew up like cousins,
Mhm,
and like I had my first kiss at like maybe 3
mhm.
with her. I mean, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's not that bad. That's a good little
Nope.
secret.
Never told
That's
anybody.
good. Ooh, but you did now. So you gave her. I got a secret that I'm not even gonna explain to nobody. Okay, I'm keeping these to the grave.
Oh,
Okay.
we weren't supposed to tell the secret. We were just supposed to say that we
I mean,
had
you,
one.
you could. I. I mean, I'll tell one
Oh.
of them. I never told anybody. Me and my homeboys, we were playing in the woods one time, and we seen a dead body. And instead of us doing the proper thing by calling the police and stuff,
Mm-mm,
I
we left
kind
it
of
there.
thought we left it there. We actually, my one of my homeboys was picking at it, like if the motherfucker was live or something, like it was just gonna jump up and like say, "Hey!" It was already decaying, and it was the fucking worst smell in the world. Like if people have never smelled a decaying body, like you can tell that smell. So I know if I go to a serial killer house and I smell that smell, nigga, you're killing people and you got them in here somewhere.
Can't get me.
So I'm
No,
okay. So I'm
daughter,
glad I got
no.
that knowledge. Okay, I'm glad I got that idea of what's the name.
They should
I
teach
don't
it
know
in
if we're gonna
school.
get anybody on here today. I think we're just gonna rock this sit down out, okay, until the wheels fall off. It's fine though. The conversation is great and
As usual,
the background
we're
looks
still on the
good.
phone as far as I'm concerned.
I know, right? Exactly. Because we talk all the time, so this is nothing. We can do this shit for hours. I think somebody gonna pop their ass up on him though. They always do at the last minute, and then people like, why your videos 3 hours long and shit like that? Because people want to pop their ass in an hour later, and now we got to talk to their
Yeah.
ass. Now we got to talk to their ass for a little bit, and then that shit lasting for an hour, and then somebody else pop their ass up in. Oh my
Yep, yep.
god! So I don't know. I'm gonna try to not do too much today, y'all, so I can have some more views on my videos. Even though y'all, my views have been coming up on YouTube. I have almost got 200 views. On
Yeah.
Facebook, I almost have 400 views, and on Twitch, I think I have like 100 or something views.
Yes.
I
And
don't know
once we
about
get
Twitter. I haven't
community,
Twitter.
what are you gonna call our followers?
The Uniters. The
Oh,
union. All the unions. Oh, I like that. The unions. Our
love to thank the
unions.
union.
We have to thank the unions for all y'all support. Thank y'all for viewing my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm sensitive about my shit. I know I gave y'all a lot of content in a month. It's only been a month, y'all, that we've been doing this.
Everybody
Ain't
be
that crazy?
better.
They
That is
spend a
crazy
month.
though. That is really
Yeah,
crazy. That
and
I've committed
I'm
to this.
trooping all my streamers who come in and dedicate their time because y'all don't know on the inside I bug the shit out of them about these things. I do. I get on their nerves
Not,
all the time.
not me.
Yeah, yeah. Faye is the only one who enjoys me coming up and saying, "Hey, I got a new show
Just be like,
every
are you doing a
week."
show tonight? I'm a little bored.
Okay,
Can we do a show tonight?
okay. Yes, definitely, and that always keep motivating me to do more. I have 8 shows right now. Uh, of course, it's 3 that we're doing, which is Let's Talk, um, We the United, and All My Friends, which airs
All
tonight,
my friends. All my
and
friends.
All My Friends air on Sunday. Hey, what? All My Friends, yeah, oh yeah. And then we're gonna have more people on All My Friends Sunday, so it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit because nobody
It's gonna
knows
be
about
buku
that
people
song.
in here.
Nobody knows about that song. I told them I
Really?
have an intro
Oh
song.
well, yeah, because they haven't been on it yet.
Yeah, I told myself I need everybody to be on there and when it starts so we can do the intro song because I don't want to keep playing it throughout the whole show when somebody comes on. But
Just
I
show everybody what
think
it sounds like.
that would be
Mm.
it. I think that would be like a cool thing when like everybody enters in. I'll play the song like, hey, we got a new friend coming in. Hey, get crunk real quick and let them come on
I like
in, and
that.
then yeah. I think that'll bring it in. So give people
Really
time to.
interesting here. You guys like it?
Yeah, it's gonna do a Tina Turner. Keep well, keep on rolling, rolling, Mary.
That's
Keep
why you
on
said that.
rolling.
That is funny. I love that every reference that I have gotten here lately are women who are beautiful, but they are also like
Strong.
yes.
I knew you were trying to figure out what word to say. They're strong. They're strong featured.
Yes. And I appreciate that. Like I got Angela Bassett and I was like, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, Angela Bassett is
Like,
really
cause
a
how?
beautiful woman though. She's like, and I just love her. She's the only woman that has muscles that I'm like, ooh. Well, what's the other one
Listen,
name? And Regina King. Yeah.
I would cry if I got Regina King. Let me stop. She's real strong to me. Um sorry.
I love you, Regina King. I would love to do a movie with you, baby. You
I
can be
love
my
Regina.
director.
I do. You are a very strong black woman, and I love
Yeah,
that for you.
yeah.
Um,
Man, it's crazy though.
reminds me of my
I know
mom.
growing up as a kid, you know what I'm saying, and looking at these celebrities, and then I see them now. You know, everybody just seemed to open up now. You know what I'm saying? Just an open door now. It's like this open door policy where you could just
Mhm.
walk in and do what the fuck you want to do, and then you don't have to apologize for it no more. But
Want to
then
know
the
why?
world's sensitive as fuck too. It's weird.
It's because we stopped whipping our children and
Yeah.
we started talking to them. That
Start
is
talking
why.
to him. You go in the corner. Put your nose on the wall.
Okay, let's talk about where this anger came from. Like, why were you throwing your food on the wall?
Yeah.
Let's
What?
talk about this F. Like, how are you feeling, little Timmy?
Yeah. Like, I mean, is the teacher doing something that make you not want to listen to school? Like,
Exactly.
how is the teacher fault? The teacher get paid to do this. The teacher got 12 other students, 13 other students, 20 some other students.
Well, teachers aren't
If that
great.
kid need help that bad, that kid need to raise his goddamn hand. I hate parents who I went to go pick up my niece. And it was a parent in it was a parent in the line. And she was like, no, I want to talk to his teacher right now.
Right
I'm
now.
like, girl, you act like these teachers is not humans. Girl, you better calm your nerve going to the teacher before they pop your ass real quick.
My mama used to beat up teachers.
Yeah, my mom definitely
That's
had
my
a lot
childhood.
to share. That's definitely on the podcast. I talked about that on the podcast. Like, what? Okay. My mom did not play.
It's
She
one of
did
my
not put your
favorite
hands
moments.
on me.
The teacher said that I forged my name on a paper that I had failed because because I had failed it and I didn't want to take it to my mom because I was just so scared of my mom or whatever. In English at that. And that is like the best subject for me. Like it's the easiest thing. Um and I told the teacher 3 times that she was lying. Okay. Each time that I said that she was lying, my mom slapped me. Each time. Each time we're outside of the classroom and she's just like, and my name back then, was just, so upset about this F. And I know that at the time, it was prior to my transition. So I know he, was upset about it. And, I'm sure he was scared to take it to you. It's like, that's why. I fail all the time. Not this class, but I mean, it would be nothing new to her
Yeah,
about me
definitely.
getting a bad grade. Like, I'm not scared of
I
that.
mean,
We know
black
there's more
parents
life in
don't
that.
do. I mean, they like kind of tell you like no, what I'm saying, don't get a bad grade, but they understand. They understand this world
Truly.
and society is definitely different than the different communities of races.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like yeah, a lot of people. But I really think black people need to stop that. You need to strive your children to make A's only. A's only. Because at the end of the day, it's not hard to just do your fucking homework and turn the shit in and get a good grade. Yeah.
Sometimes it is, okay? When you have ADD, sometimes you do your homework, right? Right? And then you forget to put it in your backpack, okay? It
You know
happens.
what? I used to have. I swear. I remember one time I almost failed. Right? My teacher said, "Okay, I'm gonna give you." She wouldn't about. She said, "Let me just see your book back. You got a lot of paper now." And she's like, "Well, this is
Me too.
assignment that you missed. This is assignment that you missed, and it's done. You're done. You did it. Why didn't you turn it in?"
Forgot.
I mean, you said we have only a time limit to turn it in. So if I ain't meet that time limit because I forgot, because I was in here back talking shit and laughing and probably playing with little girls in the back room, you know what I'm saying? I forgot. You know what I'm saying? But all the shit that I used to love and I always did right, math. Math, I was so don't do that. I was on the math team and everything. I
Oh,
loved math. Yes, I love
not you
math.
as a mathlete, mathematician
Yes.
over here.
Yes, definitely. And my teacher used to
Super
get
nerd. No,
I
let me
used to get
stop.
in trouble with my teacher because you know how they say show your work? I would just answer all the questions and I'd be done before everybody. Like she was like, go back and show
Yeah, 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 yeah.
like if the answer's
Children
right,
like you really got under my skin.
if the answer's right, why should I show my work? I know what I did in my head. I mean
We just have to make sure. Okay.
where did I get the answers from?
But
Okay.
you know what? Honestly, you are right. But then again, we did have phones back then, and they did have internet. So
Well, I didn't have a phone in school.
how do they know that?
Because back in the days, and not in my school, most kids did not bring phones, and if they did, they couldn't even have it on them. They had to keep it
We're
in
the
their
same
locker.
age, aren't we?
Yeah. Let me
Oh,
see.
you listened. That is so good for you. You listened because you liked math. I know
Yeah,
it.
I know. It was definitely bad. Math. The craziest thing is when I graduated, the thing that I felt like I was going to fail at, which was the reading part of it, I actually got the best fucking grade, and I was kind of mad as fuck that I beat math. So I'm like, that means I got something wrong in math. Like it didn't register to me. Like most people like, hey, I'm glad I'm graduating. I'm like, let me see this math test. Can I see my math test? No, you can't see the math test. I just want to see the math test because I'm trying to figure out how I get a better score in reading than in math.
Such a
So what
dweeb.
questions did I get wrong? What questions did I get wrong? And let me go re-answer them again because I thought I had 100% on math. So I think my teacher just said, "No, we're gonna just he cheated." You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way he got 100 on this. So we're gonna just say he got some
Did you
wrong.
show your work, friend?
Ooh, that might have been on some of the things I probably didn't show my
They
work.
probably took away points for that. Show off.
I can't help it. It's like when you give me a math problem, I think of it in my head. I can see visual of everything. I can remember all the numbers on each line. So my piece of paper is right here. Just it's right here, and I see it.
But they don't.
Or I'll do this, like I'll write it down with my finger real quick.
They want you to
I,
do that on the paper. I
I
remember. I mean, I totally remember.
know. Yeah, but now with me getting older, it's like I do have to sometimes write down shit on paper because I will forget a number, and if you forget one number, you got it wrong.
I don't care that much. I use calculators.
I saw people used to get so mad at me, like, "Why just you get the calculator?" I got it. The fuck is only goddamn just you only adding down like this. It's
Only,
okay.
only you
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 only
have
add it down.
you have about 3 letters in here, and maybe like 4 numbers in here, and you're supposed to be solving for X. Like what
Well, I used to love
in your
doing
head?
that. I used to love doing that. See, now when I did that, I definitely had to. I did show my work on those because algebra, you have to, delete stuff. So I definitely did that. But I
Let
would
me laugh.
skip. I would skip shit. Like you know what I'm saying. I know that this is about to do this and this is about to do that. So I would probably put the third line that as the second line. And I used to always
Mm,
teach. I was like,
yeah.
"Can you show the other two things?" She's like, "I understand you smart, but can you please do
You
this for the
know.
kids who don't, so they can not, so they
So
can not feel bad."
I know it's not because of me that you're getting this right. I know that it just comes to you.
Yeah, that's okay.
These kids like they got on my
I mean, but
nerves.
I was always a person who like when I grew up, I wanted to be the best at everything I did. So
My grandmother was like that. Actually, in my family, if you don't learn math with my gram, which basically means that you sat with her, she yelled at you a little bit, like, and you cried. What you'll remember hearing is, I don't know why this is so hard for you. Like, it's not hard. It's not. I don't know why you're not getting it. It's so easy for me. Like, why can't you get it?
mhm. My grandfather, Cliff, he God rest his soul, he's dead too. Um, he used to pop us. That's the reason why I think I fucked up on reading. See, he didn't realize that he was not helping me. He was fucking me up. You know what I'm saying? So I'll read, and if I stumble over a word, pop, say it again. Pop, say it again. And I'm
Oh, he
like,
was like that with English. Oh,
and I was like, yeah. So I feel like sometimes when I'm reading still, it's like a traumatizing thing. It's like if I be trying to overread. So I remember one time I was reading something and it sounded like I did not know how to read at all. So I have my good moments, I have my bad moments. I'm not dyslexic, but I overread. Like I will read this and be looking at this and reading at the same time, like to get to that point. Because I'll be looking for words that I need to learn, like I need
yeah.
to pronounce. You know what I'm
It
saying? And
comes
I'll be
in
like,
handy, actually.
yeah,
I
so I
do
don't
that.
try to stumble over it. And
Right.
yeah, because that's used to be what, and I feel like I do that because he always used to pop in my head when I mispronounced it a word.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I'd be looking like, what word do I know in this motherfucker? So I can.
I do that
so I
naturally. That is so great. Look at that. We're the exact opposites. I do what you do in math that brings you trauma. You do, well, no, I do what you do in English, what
yeah,
you do in math,
yeah. I
and
mean,
that's
honestly, I
different.
got tired of getting popped in the head. I think he would have been. I think he was. No, he was here when I had graduated. He was living still. I graduated in 2010, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was here. Hey, you know what? I remember us. I remember because 2010 was the first year that we had to do the double digits, and I was trying to figure out. Everybody was trying to figure out what the fuck. How we gonna say that? Because it was like '06, '05,
Right.
'07, '08, and then everybody kept on saying '10. I said we're not gonna say '10.
No,
'10 just
we
doesn't sound
said
right.
Big 10.
Yeah, we said 10, or then somebody said, "Well, let's just do 2010," and then 2010 was what it was. I don't know who said it in the world, but it came, and I heard 2010, and I said 2010 ever since. Well, I've been born 20.
It
And
was a good time.
for these children, let's speak on these children of these decades. Let's talk about the '70s babies. The '70s babies. Don't you know any '70s babies? Because my mama's a '70s baby.
I was gonna say my mom and them.
Lord have mercy. The
I fuck
70
with them.
babies, y'all. I just want y'all to know that life has changed so much. And if y'all don't get your ass into technology, It's gonna be a very big issue because the technology is taking over. And I think the '70s babies, they feel like, what I'm saying, the world's moving too fast. But y'all was here when it all started. So y'all should have been ready.
Please, can we talk about it? Can we please talk about it?
I'm confused. Like, I was growing up to this shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had the accessibility
You
to it.
created it. It's your
Yeah.
generation's fault.
I mean, I know that you ain't gotta wear a 10-pound cell phone anymore. Like, I know you appreciate that. So why don't you utilize it? And dial up? Oh my god. Fucking dial up.
So why don't you utilize it? That'd be too much like right.
It's just too
They
much
miss
like right.
carrying them big giant laptops that look
I know
like
that shit.
typewriters
I know there was a lot of
around.
strong motherfuckers in the '70s, boy. And beepers. That was in the
I
'80s,
want a
right?
beeper
'80s
though.
babies. I always wanted a beeper too. Ain't that weird that
I
I
want a
always want
beeper
beepers? Because I
so
used to see
bad.
my mom and my dad and like my family's people just go, "Doo-doo," and they look at it. Oh yeah, I gotta call this person right there. And then using the phone back in the days was so fucking crazy. Then they had the cordless phone. They didn't have a cordless phone, y'all, when I was born.
No. What was that? No, let me stop.
Yeah, we didn't have cordless phones in the beginning of the '90s. Cordless phones
No.
came out. That was if they did have them, it was for the rich people.
And I
Just let y'all know
enjoyed the
that.
cordless phones or the corded
Oh my god.
phones because I
Oh
could
my
dance
god.
around in it. Um,
Oh yeah. See, something's wrong. You know what? I used to hate when I finally started talking on the phone. And and somebody will bring me the phone that's on the cord, and they bring this
mhm.
long ass cord into the
Well, you
room.
had
Yeah,
money.
somebody had somebody on the phone. I was spoiled. I had a great childhood with
Did you have a phone in your room?
no, I didn't have a phone in
Me
my room
neither.
until I got in my teens.
Never.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
when the
why I
cordless phone
wasn't
came out
allowed to
though.
have a
That's when we
phone?
had
Oh
the
my
cordless
god,
phone.
you
When we had
want
the
something
cordless
else?
phone, remember the cordless phones used to come in the packs where you can get those 5 packs and shit like that. So yeah, when we got the pack, it was
So
on
you
and
spread them
popping.
out the house.
Yeah,
The real
we
good
just
ones
spread
came with an
it.
intercom on it,
Oh my gosh, and you could
so
talk
we
to
could stop
everybody.
beating on the walls to pass messages.
Oh my goodness! And then the
A good
internet
time.
though. I used to hate the internet. I hated the internet so much when we had dial up. I don't understand why they never. Why did they do that? Like, and
Let's
then you
not
couldn't
talk
even.
about dial-up.
Then you had to get off the phone. You had to get off the phone.
It makes me feel
Like,
so
get
old.
off the phone. I'm trying to get on the internet. Oh my gosh, you don't even know what the internet is. Ain't you like 50 or something? Like, and then how
I used
slow it
to
used to
hate it.
be.
The
Like
fact
people,
that it
these
was a
kids,
risk every time, like
yeah,
to get on the computer, like because there was a chance that you were not gonna be able to connect to the internet, like with
yeah,
real dial-up. Like that's what it was for. Like the dialing
yeah.
up was to
Dialing
connect
to try
to
to
the
connect to
line.
the internet, right? Because too many people might be doing it. You know what I'm saying? In that area, man, I used to hate that shit. And that.
Take me that these are real things from my childhood. Like, do you remember Yahoo Messenger?
Oh my god, Yahoo! I remember I got my first Yahoo. My password was Pussy Eater.
You used to be in the chat, huh, friend?
You
Me
remember?
too.
Have you ever did the 'cause I know when I was a kid they had the. They don't have it. I don't think they have it anymore. Remember the phone lines where you can get on and you could talk to people?
The party line?
Yes. They don't have that anymore. I think I should
Oh
get a
wait,
number and do
no.
a
Yeah,
party.
no, I do know exactly what you're the sex phone lines.
I used to do that when I was a kid with my homeboys. Or
I worked as one for a little while when I was like 13,
oh
14.
wow.
I was posing as I think I was like um a 24-year-old woman.
Mm. Oh my.
Even
Let
then,
me find
like
out that these kids was playing with people on the thing. But I know this
I
one
was.
lady. She's like, oh, come over. I'm moist. I need you. Please touch me. And I was young as fuck. I was like, oh, like this was really so hot. Like this was some shit. Like I
Yeah.
mean, we would go and put that shit on speaker and all find a corner, you know what I'm saying, while she just sitting there talking.
Not all find a corner. Boys are icky. Y'all are nasty. Oh,
That's the word.
you hear something? Okay. Well, I was like, what did I say?
Right, hold on, give me a second, friend. Let me
What bad?
let
Y'all are stuck with me while I
take a
reminisce
second.
through my childhood.
I know I
Back
heard something
to
banging.
look at his background. Look at the background. Fran been putting in work, y'all. It's so dope. Oh, back to the sit bone sex operator thing. Um, I learned how to do it from this guy that I was dating on Facebook.
Oh
He
my,
taught me how to have
oh
phone sex.
my.
Oh, you heard
Yes,
that?
I remember my first phone sex. Oh my gosh, it was like my girlfriend was like, "Have you ever had phone sex?" I was like, "Nah." She's like, "Okay." So I then I put on my baby white on. I was like, "Yeah, you like that? I yeah, you know what I'm saying. Go on, touch that right there. You know what I'm saying.
Oh my
Get that
god.
on right and stuff like that." And she used to love that shit. Like I remember like when I got older and stuff, I used to be on the phone with my homegirl and my girlfriend. Like we always be on the phone. We used to write music together and stuff. Shout out to them, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all.
Goodness.
They definitely helped me with my crafting back then. Like they definitely kept my confidence going for me to continue my music. But yeah, I used to always do the segment where I was just like, it's late night television, you know what I'm saying? We here, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all this story of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it, you know. And I would explain a story that was like very sexual, and they used to love that shit. I
Oh
don't know
my
what.
god. I remember doing stuff like that. You remember like writing sex like chapters in a sex book, like say for instance, okay, so you and all your friends in your English class are writing my mom's on her way. Writing stories or whatever, right? And you all put it in the same thing and everybody just writes a sex story or whatever. Why were we so
I
horny?
never did that, but you know, I feel like kids are horny as fuck, y'all. Like people don't realize that because you
I
have to think
just
about
thought
it.
about it.
Our hormones. Like as a kid, I remember being horny so much. Like people like, oh, you're a child, your balls ain't dropped yet. That shit didn't ever stop me.
It
I
don't
still,
matter.
yeah, it was. Kids are
What do
horny.
you
It's a
know about my boss?
yeah. You don't know. You
Hmm?
don't know. They probably
Hmm?
ain't dropped yet, but I promise you, they done been somewhere.
And this booty has dropped. You hear that? You hear that? Okay. I'm
Oh
telling you,
my.
I was always passed around. Like throughout my entire childhood. Like and it was only with people I had my way with like getting my crushes to somehow like me in some kind of way to where they'd
Yeah.
come over for sleepovers. Like, so that I could like go to sleep, dream of because like I told you when I was 4, I had dreams, right? So when I'm a little bit older, like around 6, 7, 8, that girl that I was dreaming that I was in my dreams, I'd have sleepovers with like my homeboys or whatever. And I'd make sure that I focus on like specific people from the party or whatever, so that when I go to sleep, me and Nick we're gonna smooch and kiss and do stuff that they do in movies, um, all night. Yeah.
You know what? I had a thing for a friend of mine, and he was white, and I had a sleepover, and there was a whole bunch of white boys because I grew up in elementary. I was going to all white schools.
Mm.
Hinting the way I talk, and I don't sound like one of these ghetto Georgians. You know
I
what I'm
was in
saying?
private school too in elementary.
Hey, okay. The reason why I don't sound all extra ghetto, people like, I didn't know that you were from Georgia because I was raised in Roswell. Um, actually, the school I went
Ooh,
to,
the TV show where weird stuff happens. Where white
where
shit
weird
happens,
stuff happened.
actually.
Oh my goodness, it didn't do it. I remember they came over and one of my friends, he was so cute though. You know, he looked like he could be like fucking, and I was so happy that he came. Like out of all my friends, I was so happy. I didn't know at the time that shit was gay the way I was feeling about him. but I do know now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know, but
Mhm.
he was like my best friend. I just always wanted. And I remember though, other white boys were getting kind of mad because it was my party, but I was
Mhm.
giving him all the attention.
All
Like
that
it was his
attention.
party. And it was just like I was like, "Yeah, come on, let's go do
You
this," and you
getting
know,
your
"Let's
big
go do
piece of
that."
cake, he getting it right after.
Yeah, and that's definitely what it was. Like, I mean, I went. My mom had ordered a whole bunch of pizza, so I was like, "Man, we could just share a whole pizza." We just took a whole thing and we just went to sit down and we just shared a pizza and we would
Yeah.
eat a pizza. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you like y'all gonna eat by yourself and stuff? Y'all gonna eat all the way over here?" He's
We're
like,
playing
"I
video
mean, y'all
games, he
can
gets
come."
the second controller
He's like,
first. And you gotta
he
kill
like
him
y'all
3
can come
times
over
before he
here.
pass it up.
I don't know if he realized that, but if he ever watches this, I didn't know I had a crush on you. I didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know that's what it was. I really didn't. Because at the
Oh.
end of the day, I was ignorant
Oh,
gay. You know what I'm
wow.
saying? At the time when I was growing up, I didn't know. Like I didn't know that this were these feelings because I never thought about it as that way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I just thought because I still like the women. So I'm saying I never thought that
Yeah.
it was.
It just didn't click to you what it
Yeah.
really was.
But I
Yeah.
remember when I got to 6th grade and my best friend in 6th grade, I hope he never watches this because he might be on my Facebook. Oh my gosh. That boy came in for the first day of class and I was like, the first gay thing I thought in my life, I was like, damn, that nigga
Mhm.
sexy as fuck. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck did I just say in my head? The
Yeah.
fuck? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
real.
I gotta get my shit together, bro. But then I remember I went home and I had a dream and he was like in school and stuff, and I woke up and my dick was on hard. I was like, no, this is some crazy shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, no.
Oh my
Mm-mm-mm.
god.
So I went to watch straight porn. I watched straight porn for a whole week. And then I was like, okay, it's out of my system. I ain't got it no more. So then he ends up coming to
Nice.
me. He came to me in school and he's like, oh, can I sit right here? I was like, yeah, you can sit right here. You know what I'm saying? And he sat down and we was talking. And I was like, oh, we got a lot of company. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up becoming best friends. I mean, one day we was in the locker room and he decided he wanted to play around and run around the locker room half-ass naked.
Mm.
And I could not get that out of my head. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is wrong with me? Like, I kept thinking about that day, you know what I'm saying? And even to this day, I could still picture it like it was
I know.
just yesterday. And it's so crazy. Like,
Mhm.
I was beating myself up. I was like, oh, hell no, 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 no.
Yeah.
No, no, no. Stop thinking about this. Stop thinking about this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, everybody in my life was telling me because of the fact the way I talked. I've always had a proper way of talking, and
Same.
I always liked it to do the right thing. So people used to always call me gay for that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do the troubley shit. I didn't want to do the
Same.
shit that all the boys wanted to do. I wanted to go in the room and play, so I didn't get an ass whooping. Like, come
Yeah.
on,
You
I'm
need
not
to
doing
do
this
quiet
shit.
boy stuff.
Yeah, I used to. My mom friend said when I finally got older, I knew he was gonna be gay. And I said, how the fuck you knew I was gonna be gay before I knew I was gonna be gay? So I was like, because every time I used to come, you would have your room set up like a whole fucking city, and you'll be in there by yourself.
And no, let me stop. But I
My
mean,
whole thing
that
is,
that kind of talks to
is that really a gay act for you to actually be playing by yourself and not want to play with any other
gays are
kids?
very successful and independent. Where do you most of us are very, very independent.
No, I
And
mean,
most of it is
I feel like I got my imagination from that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very imaginative. As you see, I can create shit out of thin air because
beautiful.
all the time was me being a child. And I used to build shit that people don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I used to act out shit for hours. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that I probably never, I don't know. I feel like I was here before in the world because I didn't ever even see that shit.
Ooh, I
I
used to
never
do that
was a
all the
TV
time.
child. I used to love Disney. Like when I was a kid, I used to love Disney. But
Mhm.
I barely watch TV unless it was Disney. If it wasn't Disney on, if it was something I want to watch on Disney, I'd cut the TV off and I'll play with my toys. And I would do that for a lot of time, like a lot of time.
It was video
Like
games for
I don't know
me.
what to do.
You give me
I
The
just,
Sims. Give me The Sims. I promise you.
oh
I
my
still
god, I
actually play
love The
The Sims.
Sims. I play The
I was
Sims
able to
faithfully.
be who
I'm
I
a
wanted to be too.
Sims connoisseur. I'm a Sim connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? And
I
now
can play
the
this is the 90s.
New Sims have where you can really be. everything now. They can mix it up and they tell you that you can do it. And back in the days they didn't allow that. You know what I'm saying? But now you can have the gay marriages and all the stuff like that now.
Did you
So
know
yeah.
that you can get a man pregnant on The Sims now?
What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
That's been
that.
a feature since Sims 3, or no, Sims 4
Oh, the
first
Sims
came out.
4 is Sims 4 is the one that you got all that new shit on. Anyway, I love Sims 4, y'all. If you have never played Sims 4, please. I mean Sims 5. If you bring out Sims 5, please give me because I'm a connoisseur and I will talk about that for a whole year. I promise you, I will. I would talk. I would do a whole show
I wonder
just
where they would put that
on
in the
Sims.
storyline. Because there's a whole storyline to The Sims, by the way. Um, but when I say that I watch The Sims or I play The Sims, like I also watch the YouTubes on The Sims.
Yeah.
And so there's a storyline for The Sims. Like and it doesn't go in order. It's not Sims 1 through 4. It's actually I think it's Sims 2, then Sims 1, then Sims 3, and then Sims 4 is on its own timeline.
Which makes
Totally
sense
different.
though. Wow, that actually really makes sense. Now I think you know what the one I love the most. I love Sim 2. How you can play with two players. Like I love that
I
two
hated it.
people can literally split screens, and you can play with two people in the house, and you can cipher through
You
people. So
played
if
on the
I can't get to
console, didn't
you,
you?
I did. I
I was a
did.
PC
Don't do
player.
that.
I'm sorry.
You know what? You know what? I had a whole argument with. I can't wait till I get in contact with his ass about PC versus consoles. Lord have mercy. That was a lot of arguments on that shit right there. I know the PC is better than the consoles, but I
Listen,
was playing on the console.
I mean,
I love the Sim
I
PC.
played Sims Busting Out on the console, and I
Oh,
loved it. Listen,
I
you
really
couldn't
did
tell me I
too.
wasn't selling them ferrets. All right, I
Man,
was
oh my
selling them
god.
on
You know
that
what?
rough.
I did love that. Or what is it? Back to work or something like that.
Never
Was
had
that
it.
where you actually had to go to? Was that busting out when you actually went to work?
Yeah, Busting Out.
And
You
you had to
definitely
press
went
the
to work for
buttons
real, for
to do
real.
it. Yeah.
And it had the penthouse and all of that other stuff. I had it
Yes,
on Xbox.
yes. Oh yeah, that's when Xbox had just really
Fun
came
story
out.
about me. I got a PlayStation to bag niggas because
Wow.
I kept hearing that only gay dudes play Xbox.
Which you know what? That's so ignorant. And I know what I know Xbox probably turning over in their grave, even though they probably ain't dead, but I mean they probably turning over in their pre-grave.
Woo!
You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
They pre-grave turning right now.
It
Like
worked.
I know they didn't say that. Don't you
I mean,
say
it
that.
really didn't work. Not really. I mean, kind of like it was good for conversation,
Hmm.
for the most part. But the guys that I met, because I play weird games, like I play Elder Scrolls. I
Yeah.
like RPGs. Um,
I heard about that. I heard about that. It's called Elder Ring. Have you played Elder
Elden
Ring?
Ring,
I
yes,
want to play that so bad. I heard that game is so fucking awesome, and I gotta
it
go watch it.
is.
I have not. I have to watch it because
I'm
I'm
a
definitely
cat
trying to.
lady.
Oh my goodness! I can't wait. Now I gotta really get it so we can play together.
Oh, that would be dope, frame. I'll
Oh
even
my
make a new
gosh!
character and start over so that I'm not like levels eons above you because I think I'm like a level 80 something on this on
Yeah,
there.
I
I'll
know.
start over.
They said that you're not supposed to go over 150.
With levels,
Yeah,
they say
so
a
you
lot
can
of things
so you
about
can
a lot
play
of
with
things.
everybody. So you can play with
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they say it goes off a level. So you like if you go any over like a little bit over 150, you can't really play with anybody under you,
Hmm.
which is stupid.
Haven't been there, but I can always make a new character. So
Yeah.
I have 7 of them. Most of them are
Oh my
cat
gosh.
people that are also sorcerers.
Yeah.
'Cause I am a
I
battle
definitely
mage
want
tank.
a witch. I
Yeah,
definitely want a
get
witch.
at me. I'm sorry.
I definitely want a witch and oh what is it? The witch and I think it's a sorcerer because the sorcerer is one who pulls shit from the sky.
Oh yeah, I do a
Yep.
lot of that.
Yeah.
Actually,
Hmm.
elemental magic is one of my favorites to use on Elder
Oh,
Scrolls.
yeah.
Because I am Storm. My real name is Aurora Monroe.
Oh, okay.
There's white hair under this wig. I'm
Oh
playing.
wow. Oh,
I'm playing.
wow. Storm?
I'm
Well,
playing.
you know what? If we go to Xbox, I always wanted to be either Wolverine or I always wanted to be what's his name? Magneto.
Okay.
I
All
love
right.
I love Magneto.
I
I love
do have a love
Magneto,
for
especially in the new
Magneto.
one. Because I mean, even though he was bad, it's just his powers was
Not
fire as
really.
fuck.
He just has a
Doing
difference on
attitude.
opinion. It's like the difference between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Exactly. Yeah, that's definitely what it was. Who else had a fire power? I love Jane. I like if I could take her powers and be a boy still. Oh yeah, that bitch was bad. She was bad. Like,
Do you know where her power comes from?
ooh,
Let's talk about it. Because
what
I'm a
does
super nerd.
it comes from the sun, doesn't it? Like
It's an
a thing.
alien, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it comes from the same. She's like a Captain Marvel.
Yeah, an alien took over her body.
Oh, that makes sense because I know I watched a lot. I looked at a lot of comics when I was growing up, but I don't remember a lot of them because I used to skim through a lot of them unless they were really
Hmm.
interesting. You know what I'm saying? Once they're really interesting, like fucking Marvel, um, Spider Man. Oh yeah, loved it. Know the comics. Um, um, the Avengers. I looked at those a little bit. And you know what's so funny? I was talking to a child, and they really thought that they had just come out with all these shits. I said, "Boy, this shit been out
No,
for before
they're just
me."
now coming out with the real stuff for us on TV. Like that's
Yeah,
really what it is. They're getting to
yeah.
the real origin stories. Like Black Lady Marvel already been thought about. Like they're getting back to the original character, and I love stuff
Is that
like
her
that.
name? Is that her name? Black Lady Marble?
I, no.
Because they're coming out with a new movie, which I don't think
Yeah,
I
with her.
could do that. Yeah, with the Marvels.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out what her name was in the show. Like, what is that?
I mean, she's Marvel, Lady Marvel. I don't know. I can't remember.
Lady
I have to look
Marvel,
it up.
Mrs. Marvel, and
It
Captain
feels right.
Marvel.
I think it is Mrs. Marvel, something like that. Um, Mama
Because no,
said, "Give
Miss
me like
Marvel is
2
the little
seconds."
girl. Hmm. Y'all have to forgive us. We done went all, but I mean, all this has to do with childhood. But I mean, definitely, we could talk forever about Marvel. I'm a Marvel connoisseur. I used to have the toys. I used to have all this stuff. I used to love Lion King. Oh my god, Lion King, y'all, was my thing. So when they came out with the new movie Lion King, a lot of people was talking shit about it, but I love that they kept it the same because it showed me Lion King in the real aspect. And And then everybody was mad about Lion King changing up the I just want to be king and how they didn't have all the animals stacking on top of each other. I said, why the fuck would they do that in the real movie? That doesn't even make sense. Why would they do that in the real movie? I don't know because it doesn't really happen with humans. You know what I'm saying? Or real animals. It's not something that we do. So I don't know. And it just kind of bothered me, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of people had so much criticism about that movie when Lion King is really one of the first Disney movies that was Africanized, you know what I'm saying, brought back to our roots and stuff like that, even though all of my roots are not from Africa. And a lot of black people don't realize that. They need to do a heritage check. You know what I'm saying? Go to ancestry.com and see if your people already wasn't here because people don't realize black people were here before. And it's ignorant for them to sit there and say, oh, all black people came from Africa. Because all black people did not come from Africa. Black people have been around this world just as much, okay? Black people were the people who walked on the land, and usually the whiter skin tone people. Okay, y'all, this is my childhood theory because I was a child. And I'm not going to I'm not gonna say this is allegedly theory, y'all. So, two white people cannot make a baby that's black. Everybody knows this. But two black people can make a baby that's white, that has no melanin, they have blonde hair, usually either like blue or reddish or a different color, green or something like that. And they have a lot of defects. What does that sound like, y'all? I feel like if two albino people were to have a baby, that baby would be considered Caucasian-ish. I don't know. Sit on it, think about it. I don't know. But then if that baby also blends with the climate and suns, and because it did have roots from the black children of the world, that they tanned, so they got different colors, they got the different shades, they went to different climates and they changed. I feel like the black people kicked them out of the colony when they found out, like, oh, this thing is white, it's really pale, and it started kicking them out. And pretty sure like it was like a Mother Teresa type of woman, you know what I'm saying, like give me Mother Teresa, and she came and she took the baby that they tried to cast away, and she took the baby to the mountains. And every time they had these disaffections, these defections of the albino, they were casting them out, and she would just come collect them, and they started building their own colony and having more babies. And then now you just have a whole colony of albinos and living in the mountains, and now you have the people in the mountains, you know what I'm saying, and the people in the mountains figured out ways to, outsmart the people on the land, and some way, somehow, in some time or form, which we don't learn about this in history, but see, these are the things that needs to be answered. Like, what happened back in the days to change the variation to make white people take over? And it was way before slavery, because everything before slavery was not slavery. I mean, it was different. It was something different. I mean, we talking about, but in the history books, they make it seem like it was only white people living in the world medieval times. Like, it was no black people in these areas. It was no. Where were they? Where did they go? I know they had a lot of sayings like, and then I hate how all the Egyptian movies are white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, were they white? I mean, I could have sworn that if all black people were from Africa, wouldn't they not be black? Probably light skinned, but I don't see that. I see it very like Indianish, you know what I'm saying? Like a very dark brown, you know what I'm saying? I don't see it as them being white. I don't think that ever was the case. And if you even look at their drawings even show brown on the person. So I guess if you can make a white person play a black person, I guess we need to start making all these characters that's white be black and just see how the movie goes. We might make a lot more money. Let's just switch it up. You know what I'm saying? All the movies that are white, let's make a black, and then all the black movies, let's make them white, and then we're just gonna see who makes the most money. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. We can do this. Um, in another form, of my story of the origin of the world. After the white people, in my eyes, I'm just thinking, after the white people, which were now considered the white people because they have built a tribe of non-melanin children, taught their children of what happened. There was like a hatred born, and I feel like that's where the hatred comes from. Like, there's a deep soul thing about the hatred of black people, because I feel like at first we had the world and we kind of turned our backs on them because they didn't know better, and they thought that these things were dying, but they really were accumulating. And they probably overpopulated a little bit, probably came, you know what I'm saying, and said this is gonna be our land. Maybe that's the reason why Russia is so big of territory, and it's so many places over there that don't have black people. And that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it. I mean, but then they also have the I forgot what's called Panomia. Oh, I can't think of the name of the when the world was all one land and it's separated. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's probably what helped, because they were in the mountains. The mountains moved away. You know what I'm saying? So now all the white people didn't have to worry about the black people in the land. But if that was the case, then don't you think it was black people everywhere if the land split up? Wouldn't you think that was black people everywhere? I don't know. And then maybe some black people had sex with some of the albinos and started having light skinned babies, and these light skinned babies formed to be Spanish. Because even though the Tainos, they all look light skinned. If you go back into history, the Tainos look light skinned. they don't look like the Hispanics today. They look light skinned. They look more light skinned than they did look Hispanic. But I mean, you have to think all these bloodlines, people getting raped with all these different races and stuff like that. And it's a big blend of stuff now to make it what it is. So what we wore back then, we didn't even look like this. We looked it completely different. We were probably taller. We were probably more stronger. We probably had built more fixtures because the world has declined us from using all our muscles and strengths and knowledge. You know what I'm saying? We were actually kind of dependent on the material things around us. So we didn't have houses back in the days, and young people lived longer than we did. So I wonder. But not saying anything else too deep on that. But that was my origin of how the people became to be what it is now. Because after, of course, medieval times, the Dark Ages. Nobody knows what happened in the Dark Ages, but obviously it was people before the Dark Ages, and they make it seem like I just hate these movies that make it seem like it was just nothing but white people on this world. Like black people just came out of nowhere. Like, oh, that's a black one. You know what I'm saying? He was just developed. He came from monkeys. So where the fuck did y'all come from? I'm trying to figure. Y'all come from polar bears, motherfucker. I'm confused. I just don't know. The ignorance of the world and the shit that I learned growing up as a child. And even in school, history was not something that they taught us in a form of what's name. Because I know I talked to somebody who's from overseas, and their history about the same history we got are two different things. So who's telling the truth? You got to believe America because you're American, but who really is telling the goddamn truth? I don't know. I always thought about that when I was a kid. And I always questioned a lot of shit when I was growing up. So I definitely looked into a lot of stuff. I never was the one that you tell me something and I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay. I'm gonna question it. I'm gonna figure out if it's really true. And then I'm going to get my own development on it. And I've always been like that. I think that's why I've always been a pain in the ass to a lot of these people who be trying to manipulate people. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not one of those. Yeah, I know. We've been in here for an hour and 12 minutes, and I know it's Faye. You have to step away for a second. So I'm about to give us a 5-minute grass. I'm going to see what the fuck is going on with my people not being on this podcast at the moment. Oh, I love when people say nice things about me. It always works for me. I thank y'all for, finding some type of attraction in me. I find myself attractive too. I do. I'm a little conceited, but I have a reason type of person. And as you see, I could talk to myself for days. Y'all give me a second. Let me make this phone call real quick. Because I need at least one of these motherfuckers to decide they want to get on the show. And I don't understand it. Like I prep these things for people prior to the situation and tell them prior to the situation about this stuff. And I hate people who just don't say, "Hey, I can't make it." You know what I'm saying? I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? This is not the right time. I'm not trying to do it, or whatever the case may be as a situation. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. And it's like I don't you don't have to be on the show. As you see, me and my co-host have definitely held it down for a whole hour, you know what I'm saying? And we did that, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, it's not that I would love to finally have people come on here because the whole purpose of this is to have people sit down and have their conversation about the podcast. And that's the whole thing about this. That's the reason why I ask people, are you willing to participate? Because if you're not, then honestly don't do that damn show. Don't come on here and do 5, 6 episodes and you're not willing to sit down and talk about them. So I love my co-host because she definitely shows up when it's time. Definitely shows up when it's time. I know that my best friend, he's also on this one. He told me that he wasn't going to be able to make it, which I appreciate him for that because he had to work, which I understand you get your coins. Um, and I also had another person tell me they were not going to be able to make it. She definitely said she wasn't going to be able to make it, and I'm not sure if she will make it or not. But I'm going to try to see y'all because I know that most people don't want to. Yeah, most people don't really want to show their faces or talk anymore. So it's fine. Um, Let me do this 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry, I don't like doing this while I'm in the midst of doing stuff, but I have to. I definitely have to at times. Um, okay. All right. I don't know what the issue may be, but hopefully everybody's okay. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I am loving my background, y'all. I got some new logos, and I also got my merch almost ready, y'all. I can't wait to send y'all my merch. By the next We the United, I should have my merch ready, and I will send y'all the links where y'all can go and support me and get my stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely it looks very fashionable. You can wear anything with them, and I'm gonna try my best to give y'all some colors to wear with y'all J's. I know how my homies like to wear J's so they can wear my shit. And then, something also that you can wear to a club, ladies. I know y'all like to show y'all booties and tatas. So I understand. It's okay though. I mean, we love whoever you love, okay? Whoever it is. I remember growing up as a child and being told like things, don't do this because this is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Don't do this because this is going to happen. You don't want this to happen because this is going to happen. Like the boogeyman era was crazy. And you know what? I really wasn't scared of the boogeyman. I was really more scared of Candyman than I was scared of boogeyman. That shit blew me. But nowadays, it's really not. You can't scare kids too much no more. Cause they look at TikTok and you say Freddy Krueger, they got Freddy Krueger goddamn doing the damn Soldier Boy. Who gonna be scared now? Nobody's gonna be scared of these things anymore. You know what I'm saying? I know kids are scared of like things that is naturally phobias, but my phobias as a child was like I was never scared of the dark, but I was always scared of somebody closing me into the dark. If that makes sense, like you shutting the door on me while it's dark, I'm more scared about than me just sitting there in the bed looking in the dark. Like it was awkward. I definitely had some awkward moments in life. I was always scared of animals chasing me. Like I wasn't scared of an animal, but if that bitch started running after me, my heart would start pumping. Like, oh my gosh, what is it about to do? Is it kill me? And I went to the zoo and I remember I almost broke my neck trying to run away from a turtle who was slowly moving towards me, but it was coming towards me. And it scared the shit out of me because I didn't think turtles moved I thought turtles moved really slow. And for people who don't know turtles, like I know turtles, if a turtle is in water, that motherfucker's not gonna move slow. Okay? That motherfucker's gonna get to you in a decent time. It's not gonna be Speedy Gonzalez, but that shit will get to you. And once it gets to you, Oh my gosh, I don't even know what that was, but it just flew across my face and it was blowing me. Like I know I see my eyes probably go like 5 times this way. And I figure out what the fuck, like what the fuck is flying across me? And I think it's because those people. I have a question, y'all. Am, am I the only person when like what they call and no offense to anybody when I say this, to the people who knock at your door about the religion things. You know what I'm saying? I try to be nice and like kind of listen to them. But you know what? I feel like if you get too nice, if you be too nice, they try to overtalk. And then they try to ease their way into your house. Like, why are you trying to come to my house so bad? Let's talk right here at this doorstep where I answered it. You coming back again. I feel like you should sit outside and talk onto my porch and stand there because maybe you'll leave faster. You know what I'm saying? When they feel like when they come in your house, they want to talk for hours, which I could talk for hours, but I just don't like people to talk to me like if you're trying to make me switch over a way or something. Like you don't know my life. You ask me these questions, and then it kind of makes me feel like you think you're better than other people, and you're trying to bring them onto the better way. But honestly, I'm gonna leave that comment to what it is. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna leave it alone. Lord just told me to leave it alone. He said, "Don't do it. These people are not ready for it." Okay, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm going. I'm gonna leave it alone. Oh my goodness, I can't. Like, and you know what? I hate that about TV that they try to stop you from saying certain things. Like they say, "Oh, you can't say this, or you can't say that, or you can't do this, you can't do that." Well, when we were kids, all this stuff was allowed. So what changed over this time frame that now all of a sudden I can't do this, I can't say this, I can't talk about this now, but you can watch it on television. So only TV can tell us what the fuck shit is now. We can't tell the world what it is. We can't talk to each other. We can't communicate with each other and say, "Hey, this is really what it is." We can't say these things anymore. I don't know who put that cap on truth. Hi.
Hey,
I know I've been over here talking about a whole bunch of shit, but yes,
you have.
I'm like, who the fuck put a cap on the truth? Like, when can we not tell the truth anymore? Like, we have to lie to people
What are we lying
because,
about? I did miss this part.
yeah. I was talking about so much shit. I was talking about, the mortarers or the people who come into your house. I said, am I the only one that
Oh,
that like sits there and talk to them outside and don't let them come inside? Like, I just talk to them inside because I feel like if they come inside, they're gonna try to stay for hours, and I don't need you to do that.
yeah, I
We
don't
can have
talk to
a
him at
good,
all.
we got a good 20 minutes outside, and you got my time out. Step out the door, close my door. All right, what you want to talk about? Oh, you don't want to go inside? No, why you want to come in my house
No.
though?
It makes it more personable. It's like a salesman technique. A
Yeah,
technique. Technique.
and my whole thing is, I
Um,
feel like you're a vampire because you keep asking me to come in my house.
you have to invite me in.
You gotta invite me in. And I could have sworn they
Ah,
were
that's
just
not
knocking on my
fun.
window. Because that's what just came to the door, and I could have sworn they were just knocking on my window. Let me find out they be peeking at me. They asked me yesterday. It's like, well, which house should we go to that you feel like needs some blessing? I said, hell, try all of them. You don't never know who the fuck needs it. I feel like I was wrong for saying that, but it was the truth though. Like, don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know who needs a blessing. I'm not a neighborhood person. Like back in the days, people knew their neighbors. Nowadays, people don't meet their neighbors anymore. We don't do that
I
anymore.
love my neighbor.
Unless you encounter with your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
apartments, maybe you might
Mhm.
eventually run into your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? If you run into your neighbor and it's like a conversation that you have, then you probably talk to each other by then. But I mean, I wave at my neighbors and stuff. They sometimes don't wave back. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But for the most part, I'm not like going up having a full blown conversation with my neighbors. First of all, when we stay at houses, Their house is on their own property. I'm not walking into nobody's property to have a conversation. I'm good. Did you try to
My
shoot me because
neighbor
you don't like what I said?
used to like watch my cat or watch out for my cat for me because he had two cats that he let out and they'd be gone for like a few hours or a couple days or whatever. Anytime like I noticed that, because what he'd do is he'd leave his door cracked so his cats can come in and out as they choose. So once he's closed his door completely, like I'd go up or I'd text him and be like, "Have you seen Ja?" You know, and he let me know when last he saw her, or usually I'd get a text from him letting me know that she went over to their house for a little while because she followed his cats inside, and it's just waiting on me to get off work. I loved my neighbor. My neighbor was great.
You know
Shout
what?
out to the weirdo up top.
I don't understand the cats though. You know, it's like they don't they want to be. I mean, I get them. I get the meaning of them, all that stuff like that. But I
Cats
don't
are fun.
understand having a cat because I mean I feel like I would be cool with a cat because cats do what the fuck they want to do anyway. It's not like you can really control
Hmm.
them. They're just gonna you have to like accept their personality. I feel like the world
Hmm.
is like should be like how they treat cats. You know what I'm saying? How they should treat people. You know what I'm saying? You just let them be, let them do what they want to do, let them be free, let them live their
Right.
life. Yeah, if they knock something over, they knock something over because you try to catch them, they're gonna fuck you up anyway. So you know what I'm
Have to,
saying?
yeah. I mean, they're definitely still gonna do it. Like you can say no all you want, and yes, they do know what it means, but they're just gonna look at it. Now there's water all over the floor.
Mm,
Thought that glass was gonna break, but it's one of those different kind of glasses that you get so that I can't break stuff. Yeah.
mm. That's so crazy. Yeah, it's so crazy though.
Okay.
I've been seeing people cats. I've been sitting there
Who
in
is
their
this?
house, and the cats always love me for some reason. It's like
This is
you
DeAndre.
you're always rubbing up on me.
You were so mean. Cats that rub up on you, that is a special moment. They don't do that to everybody. I mean, sometimes
And
they
everybody
do.
say that though, but I mean, my whole thing is I had a bad experience when I was younger with a cat. A
Hey, let
cat
us listen.
scratched the fuck out of me. Like a baby cat scratched the fuck out of me when I was holding her, and I dropped that motherfucker as
Yeah.
soon as it happened. And it was like, "Oh, why would you drop
Oh,
him?" I'm like, "What the fuck you mean? Why would I drop him? Why the fuck did it scratch me? I had blood just
cat
gushing out of my
be okay.
hand.
Mm-hmm.
It was gushing out of my hand, and I said, "No, I'm not doing it. Can't do it, and
Fun
won't
fact
do it."
about cats, they will always land on their feet. Their body is made for that because they're almost spineless. Like their spine can contort and bend and things. So when you drop them, like they
Mhm.
have this innate ability to automatically like shift their body weight over.
That is
So
not all the way necessarily true because my friend, when I was younger, I'm glad we talked about childhood
hmm.
because it's all ties. He threw a cat off a building, and that cat did not land on his feet.
Are you sure?
Well, the cat definitely wasn't alive anymore, so I damn
It
sure
probably
know that
landed
it
on its
didn't.
feet, but it probably definitely died right after and just fell over. Like like the only way for them not to. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take away your opinion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But
It's
it is a
okay. You
fact
good?
though. It is a total. I've watched so much stuff on cats. Like it makes it like it's great. But scientifically, like that's just how they're made to always know where the ground is. Like to always know what down is and what up is, so that they can
Mhm.
climb trees and stuff. I even today looked at where cats came from prehistorically, like past the saber tooth. Um, yeah, it's a long name that I'm not going to repeat.
And when it comes from a dinosaur,
Well, yeah, there were cats and dinosaurs back then, but they were about as big as saber tooths back then. So, and they were all carnivores, of course, and they were predators
yeah, I mean, all cats are technically predators to something.
for the lizards around my house. Luna is definitely a predator. She brought
Oh
one in
yeah.
not too long ago.
Oh my goodness. I remember I
She's
was at
so
somebody's house
mad.
and a cat brung them a fucking rat. And I mean, I'm not scared of none of these things, but
Hmm.
when something is like that I'm not expecting, like I get a little like, hold on, what the fuck?
Yeah, just
Like
well, right.
What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, definitely. Usually, is that mom?
It is my mom, and
Tell
today's
her.
podcast is about childhood.
Tell her I said
But
hello.
TK says hello. She says,
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's my favorite.
"Oh
I
yeah,
think I like your mom
Scorpio."
more than you, but it's okay. It's okay though. It's okay though. I
That's
love
cool.
you though,
I'm
but I
used
know
to it.
your
I'm so
it's
used to
just
it.
it's
I
just I
grew up
don't
with a
know.
cool mom, so most of my friends like her more than they like me.
Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that. And then the face. Something you get on my nerves, I swear.
Promise. She talks to my friends more than I do.
I know
I have a best friend who
if
I call
these
my brother
bitches
who will be over here
get on
answering
this sip
the
and
call.
talk, if these bitches get on this sip and talk, because I feel like
They have.
everybody wants to skip the sit down and they want to get on a sip and talk because they just want to drink. Like I'm not promoting
Which you
alcohol.
can do during the sit down. I've been drinking
I don't
since.
know. I need to get me something to drink. Maybe let me see. Can you hold it down for 1 second so I can see?
Sure. Mom, you
I
want to
just
talk about my childhood a little bit? Hmm? Oh, you're working. Okay. Well, my childhood was awesome. It was really great. Even though, through the confines of me wanting to be, different gender, my childhood was great. I am spoiled because of it. Um, yeah, got a great mom. She's great. You're great. You're great. No, have always been super supportive of everything in my life that I've done uh, through every stage of my life, even before we knew about this. You were super supportive about this. And there was that one time with dancing, but it's okay. I know. Yeah. Why? Oh no, that was probably because it was for tap dancing. How old was I? I don't remember that. Oh my goodness. I would have loved that. You know what? I probably thought it was a test and a trap. Definitely probably thought it was a trap. And I thought you were trying to see. Probably wasn't ready to come out to you. Still remember what you said.
that's fine. What's that? I'm sorry, y'all. I did not mean to make all that noise.
Should have went.
I'm
I
sorry. I'm coming
vaguely
back.
remember that. I know. I'm just talking about these ballet classes that I had that I turned down like an idiot. We do stupid things as kids. Really dumb. Really, really dumb. And I'm almost certain that I decided not to do it because I felt like I was too old. And I now definitely feel like I'm too old, but I'm not going to let it stop me. I just don't want to be in there with a bunch of kids. Even though Hmm, really? Hmm, I know. I used to go in the attic and put on your ballet slippers. Secret.
Yeah, I do. All right, I am back, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so glad I didn't share my bottle.
I caught him. Cat like
What the
reflex
heck I do with it? I don't think I got it.
today.
Look, it's
You're so
cat.
supportive until it comes to
Well, it
my
is a
unrealistic
book.
dreams.
I'm,
I can. I can.
I was like,
Catwoman
what?
exists. Yes, she does.
Don't forget the trash and the thing before. But this is simple stuff. I didn't forget it. It just wouldn't fit.
I don't know where the other one is.
Oh, you can say that on my podcast. You're in here. You're the co-host in there.
Did not bring the brush, and we definitely needed it.
Mama, I got it.
And I'm tired of coming here and looking at you maintain it. You good at this thing.
Got it. Great. Good.
Yeah.
Needed.
What else do I remember? Oh, do you remember my cowboy boot?
Which one?
The one that I put in behind the trash can to hide? No, not those.
I mean, all of them were the same color.
Yeah, every time. Do you know why I wanted them? Because they were healed. Make clicky sounds. You know, in the five.
You turn it upside down, but go back in there.
So I can hear myself clicking, and to keep from getting in trouble. When Graham caught me down there one time, I told her that I was tap dancing. That's also why I like the clothes that her coworker gave me.
I'll tell you the right way.
All right, I am back. I'm back.
Also, I want to say hi to your mom. Hi, moms.
Hi, I'm looking rough right now. I'm gonna be back in a minute. I can't let nobody see me look like this. I'm trying to sip. Hey,
Just like my
when I
mom.
see you, girl. I'm coming back.
Oh, see, look, we both had our moms in the corners. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
Not want to be on camera for the same reason. Clink, 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 clink.
Yes, I love your glass too. And then I had let me go get me a little glass.
Thank you. Thank you.
Give me
this
one
glass
that
of
shines.
mine stays at my mom's house. This is my wine glass at my mom's house.
And I'm sipping wine for now.
Me too.
Yeah, I got a little Chardonnay. Fuck it.
Okay, Chardonnay. I hear you. I think this
I had a
is some
girlfriend
type
named
of
Chardonnay. I ain't like that hoe, but I liked it.
Excuse me, it's a fruit Scotto.
Oh yeah. See, and mine have diamonds. My mom was a bling chick, so I had to represent her with her little bling,
Bling
thing. See a little shine on there. Yeah, I love ding ding ding. It's matching the necklace.
Right. Mine matches the background.
And technically your outfit.
No, all blue earthing.
All blue earthing.
All blue earthing.
You know, people don't know that blue is really for money. Like, it's a good thing to use when you're manifesting money. Yes, blue is a good money manifestation. So, yeah, for the blue. Also for justice.
Crazy. I have a green money candle that I use.
Yeah, I mean, green, of course, associates with most people mental. It's really what your mental will associate. But if you think of $100 bill, it's blue. So now, but I mean, technically, back in the time, money was blue first before it was green. So
did you know that there's denim in money?
Mm-hmm.
And little hairs on it.
Denim and silk. People don't realize that, but silk is.
I didn't know silk was in there.
Yeah, that's how they started. That's what they first originally started making money out of. That's the reason why silk market had went up so much when they started making money. Yeah, look at that, y'all. All that shit I learned when I was a child. Hey, learn some shit when you're a kid, y'all. It helps life.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of childhood, what was like a really big moment that was kind of sad for you as a child?
That was sad, or was it?
Like, for an example, for me, mine was when Steve Irwin died.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really watched Animal Planet since, actually.
Oh my God, I forgot he died, and he did die in our childhood. Oh my goodness, and I did not realize that he died because they kept on showing his shit. So when people say he died, I was like, he did not die. I watch him all the time. Like,
no, you didn't. Oh my God.
You're watching reruns, sir. You didn't know that, huh? Oh, okay. He died. And I looked it up and he did die.
It was a stingray that killed him.
I wonder how life was. Ask your mom, how was life without Google? Like, what did they do when they wanted to find out information?
Ask Jeeves.
That was
Oh,
not back. They didn't have computers back then.
what? When?
Back in the 70s, that wasn't computers, was it?
Oh, encyclopedias.
Oh, so sick encyclopedia with the actual book. I
Hmm.
can imagine having to go look for an answer in a book.
I don't
Like,
want to go back to the caveman days. I don't want to do
oh
that.
my God, let's not. You know what? I feel like everybody should challenge themselves and do a day back in time where they cut off no
Oh, that's
technology.
dope.
Yeah. And go back in time and do all the things that people could not do when it was famous. So we can appreciate the fact that we can now.
Yeah, I took a little phone break today. I was off my phone for about like maybe 2 or 3 hours while I was in the backyard with my cat.
Hmm.
It was a really fun episode of Animal Planet. I was watching Ja, who is the queen. That's what they call a mom cat. By the way, they call them queens. And so she was teaching her uh, children, but the smaller kittens, how to stay out of danger because they're small. So they were outside, and it was their first time outside, and they were excited and scared. So their sister, who's like 6 months older than them, was out in the field in the backyard just playing, right, just
Mm-hmm.
going. And they wanted to go out there, but they're too small because like a crow, any large bird could come up, swoop it up, and take it away. So I was watching Jar do her low purrs, which was basically giving them warning about passing the hedge bush that they were
Mm-hmm.
under, and that's pretty much where they stayed. And it was just fun to watch her raise her kids. It's one of my favorite things about having multiple cats, especially like from the same, you know, because I watched her do it with Luna, but Luna was only one in her litter, um, and so it went a little bit different. She let her do a little bit more because she had to be with her. She didn't
Mm-hmm.
have other things to keep her busy, so she always wanted to be up under her mom. It's just cute how humanistic animals can be sometimes, and I really
And
enjoyed this
people don't realize that
experience.
though. That I mean, we all are connected with that same emotion. You know what I'm saying? We're all connected by our
Hmm.
emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Everything that's living has energy, which is our emotions.
yeah.
So, it, I mean, if we're not going to go off of species, can we go off of emotions? Because I know
Hmm.
I had dogs, and you could tell when they're mad, when they're sad, when they're happy, when something's wrong, and they're not telling you because they can't. I remember I was there
Hmm.
looking at my girl husky. I miss her so much. But yeah, I remember looking at her one day, and she was just looking at me, and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And she just looked at me, and I said, "What is wrong with you?" And I gave her that look, and she just laid on her
Hmm.
stomach. Come to find out, she was pregnant, and I knew it in that moment. It's like something like she told me, like, "I'm pregnant." Like, "Dad, I'm pregnant. I didn't want to tell you, but y'all let me go stay with these people." And speaking of that, let me say this, Rover. People, be careful what you're doing with these people who are watching your animals and stuff when you're going on vacation and stuff. Because
Hmm.
my daughter got pregnant
Hmm.
after I went. She got pregnant
And my daughter.
one after we left her with somebody. You know what I'm saying? She was
Yeah.
definitely pregnant, and she was pregnant by my son, of course, because that's what I got them for. But she was only 6 years old when
Hmm.
she got pregnant, and yeah, it was horrible. She had 8 babies, and I had to birth them
Oh,
myself,
that
which
poor little baby.
I felt so improved that, you know what I'm saying, that she did that. But me and her always had this deep connection, and I bought her from my ex fiance,
Yeah.
and I got the boy for me, but the boy used to always be up on my ex fiance, and she used to always be up on me.
Hmm.
It was always opposite. It
That's
was like
cute.
they protected the ones that we loved. So
That's really
yeah.
cute.
And
That's
he was
adorable.
he was slick scared of me sometimes, but I loved him though, and he was like the best one. He ended up being the best one out of all of them. Like, he
That's so
listened
sweet.
to anybody, and if he knew you were scared of him, he would leave you the fuck alone. He was not gonna be like a dog, jump on you and stuff like that. He would leave you alone because he'll
Hmm.
see that you're scared of him, and he knows that his dad did not like him. doing that when people are
Mm-hmm.
scared because he was already
Mm-hmm.
big as fuck. He'll come up here, his head will be right here right now. Like you're big
Hilarious.
as hell. And I used to tell him like, bro, you're almost my height. Like you're too big for this. He always want to jump in the
Oh, what kind of
bed
dogs were they again?
and husky. One was husky and wolf, and the other one was husky and malamute.
Oh, sure. Okay. I don't want all of them.
Oh my god, that just looks so good. I need a grape. I do. I feel like I need to eat some fruit or something. Oh, y'all, I don't know. I have been stopping myself from eating because I've been extremely hungry, and I'm like, ain't no way in hell I'm this hungry. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way in hell
You better
I'm
listen to
this
your body.
hungry. I can't be that
How are you
hungry
not hungry? How?
because I'm not craving food, but my body's saying eat.
Uh-huh. That sounds
I'm
like
not
a mental thing.
craving food though. Like I don't really
Hmm.
want anything at this moment. But I feel like if I had some fruit, but you know, what? I feel like when my body's like that, it's because it knows there's nothing really that healthy in here, and I'm very health fanatic. I've been vegetarian before. I tried to go vegan, which I'm
Really?
gonna try. I call myself a picketarian, y'all. So a picketarian is a person who pick and choose their diet on different courses
I
of the
see
time.
it. Is it going in the dictionary, friend?
It's going in my dictionary. I'm just glad I ain't got to make it big like I did the other show. Uh, Lord have mercy. I feel like everybody's gonna be on this
No,
talk.
no, I understand what a vegetarian is.
Yeah,
That
like I
makes
said,
sense.
well, I went. My favorite diet though is keto. I love keto diet. I love
Really?
keto diet. I do because I love vegetables. I love fresh vegetables. I love eating meat. I love meat. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I can eat all the vegetables in the world, all the meat in the
Mm-hmm.
world, and you
Mm-hmm.
actually lose weight off a
Mm-hmm.
keto because you're
Yeah,
not
you
eating all
do.
that starchy stuff, that carbs. You're not really eating all that
Right.
stuff. So you can't eat bread, you can't eat pasta, you can't eat rice, you can't eat potatoes, can't eat beans, can't even eat eggs. You can't eat eggs. You can't eat anything that's gassy or holds protein in it. Yeah. So no starches, no carbs,
It
no
does not sound fun for me.
no
Okay,
oats. You
just
can't
saying.
eat no oats, no grain, nothing. Like none of that. You can only eat fresh protein as far as like real nutrients of meat, and then you can eat all the vegetables. Mm. And that was and oh yeah, and then you can't eat like candy. You can't eat like nothing like that. You have to eat fruit for your sugar. To get sugar, you have to eat fruit.
I'm okay with that actually. I'm not really big
Yeah.
on candy. I never really was a big candy person.
I love
Um,
Skittles, y'all. So I mean, honestly, if Skittles want to
oh, that
do,
ties my habit.
I fucks with Skittles. And everybody know me. When I was working, I always kept a share pack of Skittles, and I would fuck those bitches up for days. Like, if you needed a sweet tooth, just come to me. I got a bag of Skittles somewhere in something. You know what I'm saying? I might stop
Right.
eating on that one and bought a new one.
I love
You know what
Skittles
I'm
though.
saying?
That's different.
Skittles taste the
Ooh, Sour
rainbow.
Patch
I
Kids
think
are good.
something just went. Starburst is good though.
Love
You
me
know
some
what?
Airheads.
I've, I've never been a chocolate. I've never been a chocolate fan, but Reese's
Same.
is like really one of the
No,
and Twix.
I love Twix. You can keep the Reese's though.
Yeah,
Give me the
yeah.
cereal. Oh,
Reese's,
what was your
Twix.
favorite cereal coming up?
Oh, Captain Crunch. Oh my gosh, I love some
Really?
fucking Captain Crunch, or some Cinnamon Toast Crunch, or the Reese Puffs, or I will even do Raisin Bran with Pat Milk.
I love Raisin Bran. Oh God.
But I had to have it with Pat Milk until I realized they had the lactate milk, and I would use that and I'll put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds to get that
I
sugar
actually
off
kind of
the
like pet milk,
sugar.
or like not. Is it really called pet milk?
It's called pet milk. Yep.
Yeah, it's
It's called pet milk.
sweet.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is so good.
I
You
like
know, the
that.
honest people, I remember my grandmother back in the days, she said, if somebody can't cook you something from scratch, don't you eat that shit. That's what she told me.
I remember hearing something
But
like that coming up too.
because my grandmother used to make banana pudding. Oh my god, and I don't like bananas at all. But I will
Oh,
fuck up
my
banana
mama
pudding, and
makes the best banana pudding.
she taught me how to make it. But I hate people who make banana pudding with the instant pudding. Like who the fuck? Who's
It's my
making it with the
favorite.
instant pudding?
But we're talking about childhood. I didn't have that until I was 21. She over here talking about some banana pudding with some rum chata. It's really good,
What is rum
but
chata?
it's it's like a liqueur. Uh, yeah, it's like adding cinnamon to it. She made
I'm
it for
not
my
a cinnamon
21st
connoisseur
birthday.
though. I'm not really. I like cinnamon toast
But
crunch, but
with
I'm not
a
a cinnamon
pudding,
connoisseur.
you
Oh my
gotta
god.
try it, friend.
You know what? I made a strawberry banana pudding. Oh my god! I added strawberries to it, and it changed
Put rum
my
chata in it.
fucking life. And it was different because you know what? Like I said, I had went to I went to church right as a kid. Now this is a childhood
Hmm.
memory. I went to, and I told you my grandma said don't ever eat something that ain't
Yeah,
made from scratch. So I went to church and they had a banana pudding contest. Oh my god! So they had all these different types of banana pudding. But why everybody use instant pudding?
oh, oh.
I was so happy. I was so happy to go and eat. And now let me explain this to the world.
Yeah,
If
crust.
you're using instant pudding for your banana pudding, that is not banana
It's like
pudding.
Jello.
That's
No, it's not.
yeah, that's banana jello. Fuck that. Oh god, this is banana. Not it is banana pudding,
I know
but
the pack that they use.
it's
It's
not the banana pudding. Okay, it's not the original banana pudding. It's
not even the creamy,
artificial banana pudding.
like yellow. It's like the bright yellow.
And some people, you know how people use different brands. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I hate about
Hmm.
people. They use different brands. You know what I'm saying? And then they be trying to add their own little thing to it. It's still instant pudding. It's gonna taste like instant pudding. Ain't no way you about to make this
I
good. When
mean,
you make banana
there
pudding
are
from
ways
scratch,
to make things taste a little bit more authentic. Like if there, you can do that. Just like with lemonade. Like if I'm at a restaurant and I get Minute Maid lemonade, like or if somebody orders it from like if I'm serving their table or whatever,
hmm
I'll put some real lemons in it
hmm
so that it'll give it a fresher
I gotta
bad
make a
taste.
cheesecake when you get down here because my famous Amos
And
is cheesecake.
I'm gonna eat a slice, and when I say a slice, it's gonna be like a sliver. Like I am
Oh,
not
you
a
want to eat cheesecake?
huge fan of cheesecake. Mm-mm.
Oh, you got so you know what I'm gonna make you? I'm gonna make you my caramel delight. I mean, caramel delight. Oh my god, the crust is made out of cookie. Oh, yeah, it's the crust is made out of cookie, and it's not no normal cheesecake. Like I don't never make anything normal. When I cook shit for myself, I don't make anything normal. So you gonna
That
have? I'm
sounds
gonna make
right.
you some, and you cut it up. I got a fucking cookie and cream cheesecake where the crust is made out of cookie and cream.
That is literally my favorite flavor of anything, like ice cream, cookies and
Oh, so
cream.
I'm gonna make that one. I'm gonna make that one
I
then,
also
cause
like the mint one too,
and it's not,
the mint chocolate
and
ice
it's very
cream.
fluffy. It's very fluffy, but it's fluffy, and you eat it, and you got the taste of the Oreos inside of it, and
All
then you
right,
got that white
we can
chocolate.
make
You
this
got.
a bake off if you want to. I
I
haven't
was about
baked
to
in a
say, what is
while.
your famous Amos? What is your famous Amos?
I made a sweet potato pie from scratch for my ex-boyfriend for Christmas and
Mm,
for his birthday. Um,
what did you
he
do?
still talks about it. What do you mean? What
What
did I
you
do?
do? Did you think of love when you were doing it or something? Because people don't understand that when you're thinking of
Friend,
something,
I don't like what you're in what is the word? I don't like what you're
insinuating.
insinuating. You
Did you manifest
trying
love
to say
on this pie?
I did not cast a
Nina.
spell on my ex-boyfriend,
Okay.
but I definitely faked
You
with
know,
love.
sweet potato is for love. Sweet potato is for love, though. People don't know that. Sweet potato is for love. And if
It's
you
his
use a
favorite
brown
pie.
sugar,
And he had never had a homemade sweet potato pie before.
oh my God, my grandmother, God rest her soul. I
No,
don't have
his
any
granny
more
bought him.
grandmother.
I was gonna say his grandmother bought him the patty pies. Um, and he loves the
Now,
patty pie. and
Oh
I
my
couldn't get
god,
it. You know what
did
I'm
he
talking
get
about?
sick? Did he get sick? Cause
From what, the
you
patty
supposed to
pie?
cook those. You know you supposed to cook those for 30 minutes.
Yeah, he knew that.
Okay, because
Oh,
people don't
oh,
know
for
that.
sure.
It don't say it on the thing.
Oh no, I mean, black folks like everything hot anyway, so they gonna throw it in the mic. They put the 99-cent honey buns in the microwave. What are you talking?
Oh
Well, I can't even say they because I like that. Ooh, fun
yeah.
question.
Ooh,
Okay, in high
with ice
school,
cream on top of
um,
it.
I was gonna say, did you like the ones with the icing or the ones without the icing?
No, I don't like the ones with icing. I don't like anything that gives
Thank
me too much
you,
sugar. If it's
because
too
it was
sweet,
whack.
I don't want it.
That was
And
whack.
I feel
Oh,
like they
I
were trying to
hated it.
demasculinize us through all that sugar for real. Cause the niggas I knew who ate that shit was kind of demasculinized. Like they were
I'm
so
sick of
good
you
until they ate that
and
shit,
your
and
misogyny.
then I'm sorry, but it's the truth though. Them
It's
shits was
not.
demasculinizing us. They killing us with the sugar. Men, stay away from the sugar. Nobody say
It
sugar in
just
your
takes me
tank. You know
back
what
to
I'm saying?
all of the days when people used to tell me that I had a little sugar in my tank. Like, I'm
That's
no,
where it came from.
no,
That's where it came
because
from. Like, oh my
I didn't
god.
really fool with sweets like that though. Like I like
I know,
sweets.
I get that though. But you know what? If you ate any, if you drunk any artificial juices,
Love me a juice.
yeah,
Oh
that's how they
gosh,
get. That's how they're getting the kids nowadays with the juicers.
I mean, whatever they're throwing in there, I like it.
They put estrogen inside of the sugar, so the
Do you have
sugar
a favorite
contains some.
pet? My mom
Uh,
wants to know. She thinks that's a good question for the podcast
what?
for the childhood. She said, "Did you have a favorite pet, or did we talk about pets that we had as children?"
No, my first pet though. I mean, my favorite pet was the ones I just got rid of, my children.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh,
my first one was called Lady, and she was like a shaggy ear dog. She had the long ears.
oh,
Yes, and they had to cut her ears off, and then she ended up dying a little bit early. But all my childhood pets died. Like I had one of them die in my legs. Like I jumped over the fence because something was wrong with him,
man.
and he was not moving. He wasn't reacting like he usually do. He'd be very hyper. You know what I'm saying? And they wouldn't let me out. They would never really let me take him out of the cage. So I always used to climb over the cage to go play with him.
Mm-mm.
And I
Okay.
climbed over the
Let me
cage
put this
one
right
day,
here.
and
Unplug.
he looked me in my eyes, and it seemed like I saw his soul just leave his body, and he died right in my hands. I started screaming like it was a
Yeah,
human.
this is real messy
I
today.
went crazy. Like when I tell you, I went fucking crazy. I was like, oh my god, I think my dog is dead. I can't. I don't know what to do. I'm holding his neck, and it's not moving no more. Yeah,
Oh gosh, the
that was
only pet that I was ever around that died. Well, actually, no, I take that back. But I did. I don't remember that. But I dreamed my uncle had this Rottweiler that my
mhm.
grandmother took care of, and it became her dog. Um, Pretty much, he lived with us. Okay, I don't remember that, but I don't remember that at all. I remember Mac without throughout my life. Um, okay, that makes sense. Okay, I didn't see that's exactly what I was just about to talk about. I dreamed his death like at least maybe a year or a year and a half before he died. I had this dream that was all blue, and like the whole world was blue, and me and Mac were walking like through the blue or whatever, and some random person came up and gutted him. Right? That's not how he died, but his stomach turned over, and then he died. Yeah, it twisted. Yeah.
Okay. I have a question. So,
hmm
did you ever have something in your childhood that happened where you had to like question what was going on?
Have you ever? I'm gonna answer your question with a question. Have you ever? What did they call it? Uh, encountered paralysis or the devil sleeping on your back
You know what? And
or
with the
devil on your
leash
back?
holding you down, yeah.
hmm
I've never actually physically experienced it, but I definitely have experienced some other things that I don't. I'll talk about on the Majestic book.
Hmm. Hmm. Something that happened to me that was unexplained. I was terrified.
So what? You
I had
couldn't
just
move,
watched
right? You
my
couldn't
friend
like you
Martin.
couldn't get it up.
I couldn't move. I could
Mm.
barely talk, and that's how I ended up waking up because I said "mom" annoyingly. Well, I mean, it wasn't annoyingly, but I said it so much that it woke her up. Moms have that extra super hearing
Yeah.
because I wasn't very loud, and she ended up waking me up. Yeah,
Um.
she said I was mumbling. It
Um.
was a real moment. Yes, I
Oh,
had
my
just
mom.
watched My Friend Martin from the very first time that it's a cartoon about Martin Luther King. The kid goes back in
Mhm.
time or whatever, and I was having a nightmare about that. And then I woke up, but I could not move. But after that moment, though, it happened so many times. After that, it's
Mm.
bad. I actually don't like oversleeping because I figured out how to get past it. And Freddie had already, Freddy Krueger taught me how to control my dreams. I used to
Okay.
go and kill my bullies with Freddy in my dreams.
Oh my gosh. Let me find out you're a dream connoisseur. You can capture dreams. Let me find out that you can channel this stuff.
Nothing.
We
I
definitely
like
gonna
to
be
say
on
that
back.
I've astral projected, but we don't know for sure.
And you know what? Astral projection. I tell people all the time. Astral projection is not what they make it seem like on TV. It's definitely a whole nother thing. But that's a
Yeah.
whole nother podcast, y'all. If y'all want to hear
I
stuff
mean,
like
but it
that,
happened during my childhood, so
yeah,
it
yeah.
suits.
I know. So one thing that happened to me that I could explain was
Hmm?
so I never okay, so at first I didn't know that my dad's side, my auntie on my dad's side had custody of me.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I found out the reason why, but I'm not gonna state it just in case, any of my
Yeah, that's
family,
fine.
what I'm saying, I don't want no feuds. But it happened. And
Yeah.
I remember one day that I was at my mom's, and then they was telling me that I had to leave, and I did not want to leave, and I was like, "Why?" You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was something like it couldn't be explained to me, and I hate that. Like,
Hmm.
I hated that they couldn't explain it to me. They couldn't tell me exactly why the situation was what it was. But then I also it's like as a child, like something ain't
Something
right.
up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started
That's
fighting
right.
back. Like it was my only time I've ever did this, and I swear if I had my auntie here, she'd be like, "Yeah, I wanted to beat that boy ass." You know what I'm saying? I was kicking, I was screaming,
I
I was
believe it.
pulling, I was not caring about nothing. I planked on their ass. Okay, I said
Right.
no. I want to stay with my mama. So my mom ended up saying she's gonna let me chill with a minute, and she's gonna bring me to my grandparents' house. So
Hmm.
we get to my grandparents' house. Did it stop? No,
No, of
I
course
did
not.
that shit
You're
again.
not
I was
jiggy with none of this.
because I could not understand why the fuck wasn't I with my mother. And then the fact that I was away from her, and I don't really think my people realize that. And that's another thing.
Hmm.
People don't realize the trauma that you put on children
Yeah,
growing
no.
up.
I mean,
They don't.
they might, but they do like that was a common thing for people to be like, they're too young to even, keep this memory or
And
something like that. They'll forget.
we realized
Yeah.
all those times. Like I remember shit from when I was
Hmm.
4 years old
Yeah.
to now. Like I mean, I
Yeah.
really the furthest I can go back is when my dad said I was 2 at the time. When I explained to him what I saw him do, I
Hmm.
put that on. What's the name? It's another secret I have to keep in life.
You should keep it to secret.
I mean, friend, I'll tell you off the line, but I can't say this shit online. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. I
I
mean,
ain't,
yes. I mean,
But
it makes sense. I'm not really telling y'all too deep of things in my
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
in
I ain't
my
about to go
repertoire of
too back
childhood
into my
memories.
okay, because childhood was definitely it was some shit needs to be confidential. Okay.
Speaking of, do you remember this time in Michigan where I went over, I think, to my barber's house, or I went to someone's house to play with their kids, and I for some reason remember like walking the street. No, And I remember that specifically. Like we had a whole day together. I don't remember if it was my barber or not, but it was this guy, and I stayed in his apartment. He didn't stay far from the house,
There was no apartment.
or
No.
not.
No,
I mean, not an
it
apartment. It
was
was
an
a. I mean,
uncle.
I guess it was a house. I don't know, but he had a kid that I hung out with.
Did you ever have uncles that you
No,
did never see again?
that's what she's saying is she thought it would have had to be my cousin Maurice, but that's not who it was. It was some.
No,
They
I'm
were
saying.
like not high yellow, but caramel toned people.
I
I
mean,
don't remember their
have your
name.
mom ever introduced an uncle that you never saw again?
Hmm. No, my mom didn't do the uncle thing.
Okay, see, my mom did the uncle thing a couple times, but she realized her kids are actually smart for that
No,
shit. Like, we're not going to be doing no uncle
no.
shit and all that stuff.
Right.
It was probably Teresa.
Walk
That's
one.
the only other person I know who lived in an apartment that was
You want
my own.
you want me to send you the link?
Yes.
Okay, no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
But
Yeah, but
I
not the
don't
one for
know.
right now.
It's always stuck with me. Like I that's the night that I think that I asked for projection
Okay,
because
well, I'm
I
gonna
was
call you back
walking the
when you're
street
done.
by myself.
All right.
So
Oh my gosh,
that
it's
couldn't have
my
been that vivid of a dream.
it can't
That's
be a
crazy
dream.
because I still remember
You
it.
Right. And you know what? And that's the craziest thing because I know I was talking to my mom the other day, and but you have to realize they lived their life, and you have to think about it. We were kids at the time. Half of the shit they was ignoring us. You know what I'm saying? Even when we came to them
Hmm.
and said something about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They
I was gonna
like,
say, and I spent the night at this person's house. Like, and she doesn't remember that.
Only people's houses that you would have spent the night at was boys.
Hmm.
Is Teresa. Teresa's the only one that had boys.
There was a man there. There were no women. I don't remember any women being there at all.
Maybe
so
that was
maybe it's something that your mama don't know. There, your mama really probably don't know what actually went on because she thought it was something else going on that wasn't, and it really
Right.
wasn't. Like my mom, I said the same thing to her. I said, "Mom, you remember we had a babysitter, and this babysitter?" She's like, "I don't remember that babysitter." Well, that was our babysitter.
I was there.
I don't think it was an apartment either.
It was a house.
Yeah.
It was like 4 dudes there, her son, and they probably had you outside.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay, friend.
I've always wanted to ask you about that.
Are we gonna lead this right into the sip and talk because we got an hour left before sip and talk, or we can jump on to the sip and talk.
I'm waiting on this food to finish so I can smash.
Yeah, because I mean, we can jump on the sip and talk when I send you a link to the sip and talk. We can jump on that one.
Okay.
Since y'all, this is my co-host for tonight, y'all. She's co-hosting the whole night, so we definitely about to have some fun. I appreciate you doing this whole sit down. What is going on with this
Yeah.
light? Okay,
Because it's sensitive.
because
It might set for
I'm
something.
like,
That's all.
what is going on with this
Mama
light?
just said the same thing.
Like,
I no, it came out of the box like this. I ain't break nothing. That's this. Buy my own stuff. That's what I'm gonna do.
that's some
That's what I'm
mother.
gonna do.
Some mother. They always got to blame somebody. Somebody got to get
I don't. I don't like it.
it. But we thank y'all so much for joining this sit down with us about childhood. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that none of the people who came on the podcast was able to show up. Hopefully they show up for the sip and talk. You know what I'm saying? And for now, we raise our hands, we stand together, and we united. All right. I'll see y'all for the sip and talk.